Hello everyone, this is Arafellin playing Lone Fungus, and the goal for today is to beat what appears to be the final boss. But before then, I wanted to take a quick look back here and see how the astral fragment collection was going, and yeah, there's quite a few missing, which I don't intend to get for this video playthrough. I'll probably try them eventually after I'm done with things, but as you can see in here, these are the ones I've gotten before. With the lid up means I've cleared it. The ones without it lit up mean I have not cleared it. I'm guessing the ones that are not showing up at all means I never found it. But they seem to be divided up by region, as you can see by the different patterns on the doors. So you could use this to get clues of where to look for more, or so it would appear. Another thing I want to try out, which I have equipped in my relics, is there's a thing I got a while ago. I kept forgetting to check out. It's called the Shroomouken relic. Like a Hadoken. So apparently the idea with that is you do, I think it was a quarter circle to forward, and yeah. It's not very effective. I mean, it's neat, but it's fairly small. It's not that damaging. Oh well. At least I know what it does now. Okay, I've rearranged my rocks to be more appropriate for what I've actually been doing fighting this. So, Shadow Spin, I've been doing a lot of the wall kick, spin jump, spin slash, so this gives you a bit of invulnerability when you spin jump. Spike Shield because it's there and it's cheap. A refreshing body is one of my favorites because if you get down to 1 health, you just wait a bit and heal automatically. Velocity Slash, since I'm doing high speed things with that, I want more damage for more speed, makes sense. And Hex Mushroom, increased sword damage because I'm not really attacking with spells in this battle. Let's see how that goes. That have been... Yep, doing that. Okay, that was not as intended. Yeah, I'm definitely doing more sword damage now. Especially with the Berserk. Do want to be more careful in this first phase, where it's relatively easy. My parry getting MP back. Oh, and that weird noise I keep hearing is my parry coming back. I've been hearing that on and off all game, and I've only just recently realized that's what that is. Okay, so phase 1 done. I'm at full health, mostly full mana. Now I just need to survive this. This isn't giving me as much invincibility as I hoped. Okay, so that invincibility relic while spin slashing may not be the most helpful. Okay, that did not work. Partly I just need to play better, but yeah, Shadow Spin not really helping, so... Not sure how much Velocity Slash is actually helping either. Let's try a bigger spin and less knockback. Yeah, how do I dodge that? Not like that. I'll try taking off Velocity Splash, put on a Fire and Poison, take off a few other things. Maybe that'll help. Poisons apparently build based on base damage and not boosted damage, so... helps less than I hoped it would. That fire's doing a lot of damage, though. Alright. Be careful. That's not too careful. Huh. And part of the problem is I want to rush through the first phase because I've seen it so many times. But that doesn't help at all. Let's try the Great Slash. Actually, that seemed to be working okay. That noise means spikes. Alright, might have a chance this time. Alright. And that is the completion based on these achievements, so... Fulfill your destiny. So based on what everything has been saying, both the friendly and unfriendly NPCs, I'm getting the impression our green cap is basically like an animate seed pod, and that reviving the other mushrooms will involve rupturing the pod, which means the end of our green cap as we know it, but the seeds will spread, the other mushrooms will grow, and the kingdom will be restored in all its diverse glory. Or something along those lines. And it looks like that's what's happening. Yeah, I have to say I underestimated the charge slash, and especially its usefulness in a battle where you don't get that many opportunities to get clean hits in. So, at least what worked for me, it looks like the strategy there in the last battle was focus on dodging, charge up your attack, and berserk and hit whenever you get a chance. Yep, here's all the different varieties of mushrooms. They're growing and... yep. And the credits. Voice acting? I guess we had voice-like noises from... but not voices. Of course, a remix of the main theme. Oh yeah, definitely a solid Metroidvania. I would prefer if the map had more information on like items and stuff you've seen without having to use markers, but the ability to have markers and use different symbols with them definitely helps. Auto-marking the ladybugs and astral doors is nice if you want to go back for those challenges. And then towards the end of the game, you do get the all-seeing eye, which helps you find things, so... definitely if you're trying to find everything, worth going back, exploring through all the areas again, checking to see if that reacts to anything. Again, for the purposes of this playthrough, I'm just trying to get through the game and see what happens, so not focused on full completion, but if you're doing that, that's definitely something you'd want to do. I do appreciate that you have not only the different difficulty levels, but you also have, if you have different levels of what you're interested in getting. Most of the more difficult stuff, the Ladybug and Astral Door challenges, are optional. You do get some bonus stuff for the Ladybugs at least. I don't know what you get for getting all the Astral stuff, but honestly I wouldn't be surprised if it's more ornamental than truly useful. Kind of a bragging rights thing. Yeah, if you don't want to do all of those, you don't have to. And if you do want more of a challenge, they're there for you. And if you really want a challenge, there's the higher difficulty levels, where I think on hard you start with less health, and you don't get those continues. If you die, you have to go back to your last save. And then there's the hardcore difficulty, I believe it was called, where not only do you not have a lot of that and a lot of conveniences, I think it said the silver shrines are broken, so you can't use those at all. And yeah, it said you don't continue after dying, as I recall, so it sounds like it's basically the Diablo 2, etc. hardcore mode, where if you die, that's not only is that a game over, you have to start over from the beginning. So if you want a real challenge, it's there. I don't think my skill level is up to it, but for those who do appreciate that sort of thing, the option is available. And of course, you have all the different relics and artifacts that you can arrange to your liking to do different loadouts, basically. You can specialize more as a spellcaster or a sword type or various other specialties. Again, what I was using for the last battle there, I was using the Fire and Poison Slash and Magic Weak or Sword Stronger to focus on melee attacks, basically. And getting a pretty substantial amount of damage out of those. Of course, if I had gotten all of the ladybugs, there was one more sword upgrade locked behind those, so that would have gotten even more onto that, but quite doable without it. Final boss is difficult, but not insurmountable. And I do get the impression from things that I've been seeing, the alternate path to the surface and talk of another one by probably that mine shroom out in the edge of the undergrounds that you need to spore bounce to, that there is at least one alternate ending. As they did mention, you need to recover all the mushrooms' magics to have all of them come back. So if you were to go to the surface without doing that, which you apparently can at least one way, that implies that all the mushrooms can't come back. And I think they were saying they had a pack where none of them come back unless all of them do. So, let's say you go to the surface, you don't have all the spells, you clear the end. What happens then? Do you just keep surviving as a green cap? Do you still do your seed pod thing and it doesn't work? Do you just get generic mushrooms with no special traits? Good question. And this is on Steam, so anyone who's interested in it can go check it out. It's reasonably priced, I believe, even when it's not on sale or in a package deal, so if you think you're up to the challenge, go ahead and try to check for yourself, or there are probably other people who have posted it on YouTube or elsewhere. In any case, this looks like the end of the credits. All the people who bought the game in early access. Apparently there is also a Lone Fungus 2 in the works. I'm kind of curious how that would work, because there doesn't seem to be much of a sequel hook here. Maybe a prequel finding out what happened to the mushrooms in the first place, because we never did answer that question. Something about a darkness, and other than that, we don't know what this darkness is, where it came from, just that it affected the Watcher and some of the other statues, and yeah, there's really a lot up in the air there, so maybe that's where the sequel, the Lone Fungus 2 goes. Maybe it's into after the Mushroom Kingdom's rebuilding and they're doing that. Maybe it combines both of those, where during the rebuilding they start investigating what happens. Or maybe it's just an unrelated story with a similar gameplay and whatever. I don't know. I haven't really checked it out. I've been avoiding spoilers and all that, so yeah, obviously there is more to get also. Even just falling a lot, you can unlock more skins. Swinging your lot, there's more skins. Parrying projectiles, another skin. Beating the game fast, so if you get a speedrunner skin. Finding the ghosts, I don't even know what that is. So definitely more secrets to find. I missed a major statue somewhere. I don't have the soundtrack. But yeah, if I just continue this, it should go back to where I was. Does it show anything else on the map? No, apparently that's just the edge of the... and the other path to the surface is somewhere else entirely. And this mine shroom out here, which I think goes to another path to the surface, would presumably be somewhere else again. So maybe 3 endings? I don't know. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this video playthrough, so I think I'll have one or two filler type things, and then go back and start playing Zeta's World, the remake of Zeux's World, which I've done previously. Platformer, kind of Mario World-ish. But until then, this has been Harafellum playing Lone Fungus, and we beat the game and saved the mushrooms.